Okay, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to cook a quick and simple bolognese. It's everyone's favourite, it's great comfort food, and it's also something that you can cook and then freeze later so you can have it at a later date. For this recipe you're going to need 3 pans. So you're going to need a frying pan, you're going to need a pan to boil your pasta in, and you're going to need a saucepan to cook the sauce in, the bolognese. So I'm going to start off by showing you the ingredients that you're going to need to cook this recipe. Okay, first up you're going to need some pasta. Now dried pasta is just as good as fresh pasta. It's actually what all the Italians use anyway. Secondly, you're going to need some beef mince to cook in the bolognese. Now the one I've got here is extra lean, which is better for you, but whatever you can get your hands on is fine, especially if you can get it at a discounted price. Thirdly, we're going to need some onions. These are the ones that we chopped earlier. You're going to need a can of chopped tomatoes. Now these you can usually get for a good price, or you can try and see if there's any dented ones in the supermarkets you can pick up. I'm going to use some Tabasco sauce. Now this is great to have in the store cupboard. You can use it for a whole range of different things. Again, the same can be said for Italian herbs. It's just a simple mixed herbs and you can use it in all sorts of things. It's easy, you don't have to go choosing different herbs. Got a beef stock cube, which makes the flavour much better. We've got 1 garlic clove. Got a bay leaf. Now you don't have to use this, but it can add a little bit of flavour. And some salt and pepper for seasoning. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start off with a bit of oil in the pan. Put that on a medium to low heat, and you can just go in with the onions straight away. Now a good tip with onions is if you just put a little bit of salt in, it should stop them burning whilst you're cooking. So give them a bit of a stir and cook them through for a couple of minutes. Now while those onions are cooking through, you can get your big pan that you're going to make your sauce in and put it on a very low heat. And you can make a start. Open that can up, chuck them in. Going to go in with a good shake of your Italian herbs. Going to use the Tabasco, just chuck a few big dollops in there. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and chuck your stock cube in, beef stock cube. Just crumble that in with your fingers and give it a stir, and that's the base of your sauce ready to go. So as we come back to the onions, you can see they're cooking through nicely, and the next thing we're going to do is pop a bit of garlic in there. A quick and easy way to get garlic into your dish is using a garlic crusher. Now this is a pretty cheap one that I got. Just make sure you get a nice and strong one. Just chop that garlic in there. Lovely. Give that a mix around. Go back over to your sauce, check how that's doing. Maybe put in anything you've forgotten, like the bay leaf. That's warming through nicely. Once the onions have started to cook through, you want to go in with your beef. So just chuck that all in, take off the bottom if there is one, get that cooking nicely. So what you're looking for with the beef is to just brown it off. And it soaks up all those flavours that the onion and the garlic has been cooking in. As you can see, the mince is now browned off nicely after just a couple of minutes, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to pour that straight into the sauce that we've got ready. So give that a stir, and that's pretty much your bolognese ready to go. So we're just going to pop a lid on there and leave that to simmer whilst we make the pasta. So take your pasta pan, put that over a high heat, chuck in your dried pasta that you want, give it a little bit of salt, tiny little bit of olive oil, throw over a boiled kettle of water. And you can leave that over a medium to high heat for 10 minutes or as instructed on the pasta packet. Okay, so after 10 minutes, have a check that the pasta's done. You can turn the hob off and then just rush over and drain the pasta with a colander. You can then go straight onto your plate with your pasta. Give the bolognese a final stir. And you can dollop that straight on top. Now, very quickly, if you've got some left, you can chuck that straight in the freezer. And you've got a ready meal for another day. Pop that. Here's your meal. You can also go straight on with a bit of grated cheese, which is nice. So there you have it. Fast, quick, cheap and delicious. So there we go. Cheers. Careful, it might be hot.